Divine Feminine, welcome to your reading. I'm going to pull a couple cards and tell you what I see in the cards for you. Okay, Divine Feminine. I really want to slow this reading down and just take a moment and clear the energy before we start. Like just loosen up a little bit. Some of this very it's wound up, stressful, it's draining. Like even my voice. Some of this is yelling, screaming, or what. But I wasn't feeling this strain until I started. So I came to this channel to start reading for this channel. So there's a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering or something like that. Someone could be sick, recovering. But I just came out of Divine Masculine's reading, and nothing about that reading felt divine. Matter of fact, it felt as if it was just so much power struggle and so much strife that I felt like I was gasping for air just to let the energy pass through me and be a vessel for Divine Masculine. It felt like I was holding my breath. Is very tense out. My shoulders were horrible. And so I don't know who's dealing with that energy, Divine Feminine, if this is anything that you are connected to. But I really want to let the energy just pass before I start pulling cards for your energy. Okay. Ooh, child. Okay. All right. Spirit for Divine Feminine. And of course, only take what resonates, you guys. Leave the rest for someone else. Someone could be an Aries. What's in the cards for Divine Feminine? Wow. So we're going to put these back, but these I want to keep these. So we have Gemini, Divine Unions. There's two sides to every story. Something may not make sense right now, but in the future it will. We have Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine in reverse. Okay. Divine Feminine, I feel like you want to escape what you have going on right now. It's like you want to be somewhere else. Like you just need something to help you get through this difficult season. And focusing on your divine union, even if it's years from now, I feel like you rather focus on what that connection is going to feel like, what it's going to be like, versus dealing with the reality of whatever connections are currently around you or whatever connections are trying to be with you. Because Gemini energy is saying that, you may have to be in a particular situation. You may have to coexist for a particular reason. But part of you wants to be somewhere else. You do. Yeah, whoever's in your current energy, Divine Feminine, they're not who you want. They're not who you want. They're not the energy that you feel like you've been connecting with. That's supposed to be coming in for you. They're not your person. And I feel like your divine union is with a supernatural being that's perfect. And the divine wants to give you a message about fantasizing with, fraternizing with a fantasy or something like that. Because you guys supernatural beings. No one could ever live up to the archetype that you have created. Your archetype could be God, right? You could be holding every human being to the personality trait and the way God loves you. And it's like until you find the person that loves you the way God loves you, that person doesn't exist. And I'm not saying that they don't, but I do see a divine message here reminding you that it's the dating that you allow yourself to have now that brings you closer and closer and closer to the person that you imagine. Each one will teach you about an aspect of that perfect person. That perfect person may be mature. They may have it all figured out. Maybe you haven't met them yet. But I'm hearing Ariana Grande. So she says, thanks, next. I want to thank Malcolm. I want to thank, because he was an angel. She goes through all these lists of people that she's dated. And she's thanking them because she's pretty much sharing in the song that each one taught her something. And it helped her learn something about herself, ultimately. And so it's like every connection that you ever encounter is really mirrors of yourself. And so whatever it is that you can't tolerate or you don't like about the romantic partnerships that you have, they are serving as an ultimate mirror for you to help you see something about yourself. And it's also the opportunity, right, to craft the type of connection you do want. And the divine feminine energy is about attraction. It's about seduction. It's about love. It's about grace. It's about persuasion, right? That's what seduction is. The ability to get people to do things and feel things and experience in order to have an experience with you. That's divine feminine energy, right? To sit and do nothing and not have to work hard and to have everything provided for you and to be taken care of. And it doesn't matter if they're old, young, rich, poor. Whatever they can bring to you, whatever they can offer you, everyone will magnetize towards you to bring it to you, right? And each one of them that's bearing their heart and their gifts, giving you whatever they have, they're enamored by you. They feel seduced by you. All they want to feel in return, that whatever they bring you, I don't care if it's McDonald's and it's like, I thought of you and I just wanted to bring you this McDonald's. They just want to feel as if that was good enough. There's something about it's equivalent to feeling cut off from God when they're unable to experience right now like a little bit of gratification, a little bit. That's how much experiencing your, like, you being pleased can do for a person. And some people, there's two sides. There's two sides to you. Maybe you don't like to be like this all the time. Maybe sometimes you like to be in your masculine energy and other times you like to be more fluid, But I can guarantee you, If you like to be fluid, both masculine and feminine at times, and interchangeably sit in those energies, a famous person that, like having someone of high status, they're not really gonna like the idea of you trying to be fluid with them, okay? Because they dominate the masculine energy. They don't want to be fluid with you. They want you either in your feminine energy, or they'll go to someone else that knows how to give them that feminine energy, because they're looking for that gratification. It's an immediate gratification that comes, and it's not always through sex. Everybody always thinks, well, I don't want to be bought. That's not me, X, Y, and Z. It's the energy, right? When you're around someone that's in their divine feminine energy, and you gift them things, and you bring offerings to them, and you spoil them, there's an immediate gratification that energetically fuels a dominant masculine person. They're rarely ever in their feminine energy. So when they see you being feminine, and they feel and get to experience and see you light up and be happy, it fuels their ego. It's like an energy battery. It generates their battery, because it's like, I gotta smile. It's like being thirsty for blood, or thirsty like a mosquito, being thirsty for something, and knowing that you're willing to give it. You're more receptive to letting that essence just radiate off of you. If someone butters you up or softens you up, because that's what a mosquito does. When a mosquito bites you or stings you, it secretes saliva that's supposed to numb the area, so you don't notice that you were stung, and they have time to start extracting blood away. So the same concept applies when someone comes bearing gifts and they give you things and stuff like that. It is a way to secrete saliva. Okay? Mark the territory. I'm drinking from here. Find another spot on this divine feminine. I got this part covered. All right? So you may have a lot of people that want just a piece of you. It's good vibes, it's good energy, even if it's one date or once a month, or, the occasional conversation. That is equivalent to secreting saliva, talk. And in return, they get a laugh, a giggle, they get the feminine energy, and they just feel like it's a high. It's a natural high that they don't get to experience often. And it's a high demand right now. The divine feminine energy, dark feminine energy is a high demand right now. To have someone that will flirt with you, to have someone that will seduce you, to have someone that will look at you in such a way that makes them feel like they're the only person in the world, even if they're not. It's an amazing feeling to have. Okay. Now, this also means that you attract a lot of possessive people. And anyone that is not of high value or high status, where they have a lot going on, they will get jealous. If you think they would not get jealous about you giving smiles and giggles and, oh, you're so crazy, to anyone else, you got another thing coming. You got another thing coming. If you think this person not serious, they serious. There's rules to this. And this is why some of you guys can only date up. You can only date up. So when you're dating certain people, you have to date based off of how deep your divine feminine energy goes. If you know that you are, predator and prey, you have to make it extremely hard for a person. And you have to mean it. And teach them indirectly that, hey, if you want to make a move on me, if you want to have some of my good energy, You have to be able to afford it. You have to get your money up. You have to get your, like, you have to be able to carry the weight. Especially if they don't want you being fluid with them. Now, when you find someone that's on a certain caliber, well, you have to understand as well, they're not going to want to lose you. When you find a high value predator, they're not going to want to lose you. They won't be able to live without you, breathe without you. Wow. Someone knows you're about to attract someone, and that would be like the biggest thing that kills them, is that you're attracting someone of high value or high status. Yeah. And they won't be able to have like your riches. They won't be able to, it'll be like a sore reminder that they don't have the money or the lifestyle to be able to afford you. But wherever someone that's more suitable for you is less drama, and they will spend majority of their life, they have no problem trying to please you every day of their life. It brings them, there's a divine masculine out there for you that it will bring them great pleasure to live every single day to please you, to make you happy, to spoil you, so they never have to lose you, to do everything right, to do what you want. And they aren't in competition with your divine feminine energy. If you're going to be solely in your divine feminine energy, you need someone solely in their divine masculine energy. And if you are going back and forth and bickering and fighting with someone energetically, it takes you off frequency to attract that 100% divine masculine energy. Yeah. Because it doesn't put you in the receptive mode. It puts you in the mode of, I have to work hard. I have to hustle. I have to be careful not to make a person feel some type of way. This person's clingy. They put you in they make you insecure. In order to be in your divine feminine energy, you have to be secure in your sexuality. You have to be secure in your femininity. You have to affirm it. Divine feminine energy is where all the affirmations happen. It's in the nonverbal, okay? Your standards are just so high that no one can change that about you. So you're hard to reach. You know how they say certain people, it's hard to get, it's hard to catch, it's hard to reach. And that's because they have high affirmations. They have high divine feminine energy. Soulmate. Give me one for this side. Love affair. Dirty little secret, sex fix, down low. Someone could be they could be a little both ways. Allegedly. Telling you, divine masculine. Some of you, this divine masculine, it may start off like a friend. Like an unofficial relationship with just friends, maybe friends with benefits. They take you out, y'all go on dates. And it's y'all little secret. You're my little secret. That's how we should keep it. Never let it. Yeah, y'all little secret. Established in reverse. Puzzled in reverse. Drowning. Apology. You could have left this behind. You could be healing from this type of connection. Someone made some bad choices. Someone's losing. You got these people trying to, they want to get with you. I don't know. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. This may be the reason why you don't want to participate in the hot and cold runner chaser cat and mouse dynamic, because you may feel as if you get like energy attachments that get addicted to you, and they tend to want revenge, and it comes out like games, mixed signals, bad choices with consequences. It never works out for you. So I feel like you've been healing from these type of connections and just focusing on yourself. So you stay away from confusing people that play games, high value people. You don't want none of that. If anyone from your past is coming back around, you don't want none of that either. It's like you don't want to go down or get karma with this person. I think that there's a lot of emotions here. I mean, there's a lot of contradiction. Because if you say you want a divine union and you don't like the options that you had and you want to be in your divine feminine energy, then you are a counterpart match for someone that is of a higher status, a higher vibration, someone that's predominantly masculine. This person is not going to allow you to dictate to them how they should be. And if you're accustomed to that type of behavior from your spouses or your exes that allow you to run all over them, and then what you're looking for is someone that's fluid, a male that's fluid, or a masculine, an opposite that would allow you, that doesn't mind playing both roles. But it's saying that when you get with those connections and they too become jealous of you, or they become obsessed, or they try to dim your light, it doesn't work. When they start to feel intimidated by you. And so the divine is coming through saying, hey, listen, the reason why that shit's not working is because what you energetically are a match for, you're afraid of. The reason why you're afraid of it is because you have told yourself that that's karma, that that's something that you should stay away from, that that's not love. And it's kind of like fucked with you. You got some type of program in your subconscious mind telling you that that is promiscuous, that is prostitution, that is dark, that is not love, right? Then my question is, when you come across someone that's your average person and you love them to death and they end up being intimidated by you and feeling like their ego is bursted, or they're in conflict with you, with your feminine, because they're in their feminine sometimes and they expect you to be in your masculine, take care of them, and they don't have what they need and you want them to have more, then you should be satisfied with that. Versus complaining about it and being against the contrary. It's like something is being made to be harder than what it is. Like what you're looking for, you don't want people to have a bad narrative about you, or to gossip about you, or to make it say like, oh, so are y'all married? Are y'all in a relationship? Are y'all committed? And then they're like, no, we're just dating. And the person's like, oh, so you're their escort, especially if you're with somebody that is well off for themselves. They haven't put a ring on it. It's like you care more about what other people think about you in this person, then you are more focused on the purpose that this person is serving. If they're coming in serving their person, who cares? Literally, like, who cares who else like, who cares who else they are talking to? I don't care if they're talking to 6 of y'all at the same damn time. Are they showing up for you the way you want? Or do you still subscribe to all the other connections that manipulated you to believe that this person could never love you? That they're just playing you, and you're just doing it for money, or you're just doing it for what you can get out of that person. This is what people do intentionally to literally get you to be like, oh, that's not what I want. So it keeps you on a vibrational match with what you've been saying you're tired of. But it's like, until you change your subliminal conditioning, your affirmations, and you tell yourself a new story, you're going to subscribe to one of the fairy tales. One of the fairy tales that ain't so lovely. That's what I have for you guys, Divine Feminine. I clear the energy. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.